Joining us now from Milwaukee is the Republican senator from the state of Oklahoma, Senator James Lankford. Senator, thanks for being with us here on the Hill. Your nominee is speaking tonight, and obviously all eyes on him, as this is the first time that we will hear from Donald Trump since the assassination attempt. I wonder what you want to hear from him.
Well, yesterday was Hump Day. Wednesday, today is Trump Day. Thursday for him to be able to speak out and speak to the nation. We're looking forward to a lot of things that he's going to talk about. He's going to talk about border. He's going to talk about the economy. He's going to talk about foreign policy. He's going to talk about things that he normally talks about. Can't imagine that he wouldn't, but we've also heard over and over again, as you just mentioned, that he's going to talk a lot about unity and where are we as a country? How does this get better? And I don't think it's a matter of unity. What I like to say, a difference between peacekeeper and peacemaker. A peacekeeper just says, everybody just calm down, everybody be nice to each other. A peacemaker says, hey, we disagree on something. We should sit down and be able to work out differences because we think about something totally different. A peacemaker actually sits down and says, we have to resolve these issues because we really disagree. Except we as a nation all want safer streets, we all want safe communities, we all want a better economy, we want lower mortgage rates. They're basic things we agree on. Let's do those. So
I just heard you talk about the border and working out differences. For our audience watching us here on NewsNation or listening to us on Sirius XM, you were the Republican who negotiated the border deal in the Senate, the same deal that Donald Trump said, don't do it. You basically scrapped your work that you worked on for months. Have you forgiven him for that, and how so, if so?
I have, actually. Obviously, he's got to focus on trying to be able to get elected on that. That's his task. My task, I'm already elected, is to work on national security issues. That's extremely important to me, and I've already said for a long time, I'm going to work with anyone who's willing to be able to bring down these catastrophic numbers. And if you're passionate about the border, you can compare the two presidencies and say, take 4 years of President Trump and take 3.5 years of President Biden and just compare the differences there. So I understand we have differences of opinion on how to be able to get it done, but there's no question that Trump's going to be better on securing the border than what President Biden has done. Quite frankly, we've had more people illegally cross in 3.5 years than we had in the previous 12 years combined. What I've said to the Biden administration, if they would just enforce the border the same way President Obama did, that'd be better. But certainly,
did he put the election, though, before
that's not a hard choice.
Did he put the election, though, before the border? Because, I mean, you wanted this, and, you know, it seems like the Electoral Calendar was at play here.
The Electoral Calendar, no doubt, was in play in the challenge. Everybody was trying to be able to look at what would happen here. The perception is that somehow people would look at President Biden and say he solved the border issue when he's the one who created a lot of the chaos. I disagreed with that. My focus was we're going to have another 2 million people that are going to legally cross between now and the election. We should do whatever we can to be able to make that stop. So that was my focus on it. I'm going to continue to be able to work with anyone who's willing to be able to make it stop.
You were one of the senators that was tracking the Secret Service director in the hallway yesterday, Senator, there in Milwaukee. I wonder if you had the chance to talk to her, what you want to know from her after the assassination attempt.
Yeah. So we were actually on the phone about 4 hours before that meeting where there was a conference call with all Republicans and Democrat senators. So all 100 of us on a call with her. She took all of 5 questions during that time period and then said, I got to go. Well, we found out later she's in the suite in Milwaukee. And so 4 of us, myself, Marsha Blackburn, Kevin Kramer, and John Barrasso, the 4 of us went to her and said, hey, we didn't get our questions answered. Can we do it right now? We've got questions and issues on this. And several of us were asking questions in a private setting. It wasn't a public setting. It was a private setting to be able to have that. And she basically said, it's not the venue. I'm not going to do that. Well, my basic question was, I'm on Homeland Security. We've made a request to you to be able to come to the hearing. We've not heard an answer yet whether you're going to come and actually testify. Just tell me, are you going to testify? Okay. She said, not the venue, not going to talk about it, walked out the door. That's when everybody started pursuing her to say, hey, these are not unreasonable questions to answer.
Senator James Lankford, we got to leave it there, sir, but appreciate you joining us live from Milwaukee here on the Hill. Thank you for watching, and make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.